Good morning, another wonderful day on the allotment. It's beautiful and sunny and quite warm considering it is February, the beginning of February. And I did say that we hadn't had any rain for a while, and lo and behold, we have had 2 days of absolutely bucketing down of rain and winds. So, as they say, be careful what you wish for. But it's a gorgeous day today. We won't do too much work treading on the soil because it is very wet, but there are plenty of jobs that we can get on with. So I have this structure here that I've been growing peas up for a while, and I was going to take this down, and the reason why we haven't weeded along here is because our brassica area blew down in the storms, and I thought that we could relocate it onto this patch. But when I started thinking about it, I was thinking that maybe for this year we wouldn't do that. We'd just take it down and have nothing and protect the brassicas as we've done in other areas, like put nets up similar to this. So today I think we'll just clear it all and start getting it ready for planting. I'm going to take this netting off of here, which is great stuff for protecting it from the birds. But what I want to do is to replace that with this sort of a mesh. And I've got some more cages coming, and that makes it a lot easier for growing more things up. But I will grow the climbing peas up it this year, so I'm going to get it ready for that job. And along here I've heeled in a load of gooseberry shoots from when we were clearing up the gooseberry beds, so I'm going to take these out, and I brought some pots down so that I can put them up, clear here as well, and they can be added to the row of gooseberries along there, which I need to actually trim down and hope that they'll grow. And then we have a number of new plot holders, so we will just offer them to them, and I'm sure that there'll be other people who would like some gooseberry plants. They're red gooseberries. I don't know the variety because they were on the plot when we took the plot over, but they are absolutely sweet and delicious, so I'm sure somebody will be welcoming a gooseberry plant or two. Over on this side we have the last of the leaves, so I'm hoping that in a day or two, when we have a few dry days, I can just chop them down with the mower and put them on the leaf, in the leaf bin. We might not have enough room for all of these, so we'll just bag them up and leave them on the side. And once the leaf mould goes down, then we'll be able to just top it up with these. But I'm very grateful for our neighbours who collected all these wonderful leaves for us. Made the job a lot easier. Just walking back, and I've just noticed the blueberries, and look, they're coming into bud. They're beginning to burst forth. Gosh, that's a lovely treat. They're looking really good, these blueberries. But I do need to do some maintenance on here because this structure now is too low. So it means I'm going to have to get my finger out and get this job done sooner rather than later, so that we can make sure we can put the nets on it, because the birds absolutely adore the blueberries. So we have a lot of bags of leaves. This is only just a few, and we're just chopping them up here. Into the compost bin, and we're using the allotment also been busy with the gooseberries that you saw on plot 3, and I've now potted them up into these pots, and I thought, is it actually worth doing, because I bet you they're just dead sticks, but I have had a look and they are green, and I think it's worth giving them a chance. And for some reason this one here is actually upside down, but that's where the root is. It's probably coming out sideways here, so we'll just give them all a chance. If they don't grow, there's nothing lost. I can put the compost onto the plot. If they do, then a few people have got a nice gooseberry plant free of charge. These are the strawberry runners that I lifted when I replaced the strawberries in. You saw me doing that in a previous post. So I've potted them up here. Actually, they need a little bit more compost in them, but I didn't want to overwhelm the crowns. So now they're established, I can see the crowns a bit better. I'll just top these 2 hanging baskets up with a bit more compost. There are 5 strawberries in each, and I've got 2 more bigger hanging baskets that I'll bring down to the allotment next time I come down. So I'm going to hang these up in a minute in the in the fruit cage. So that'll give us a few extra strawberries. And now look at this beauty. I found this dumped on the, we have a metal pile by the gate and people can clear their pot. So when people are clearing their plots, or if they've got some bits and pieces they don't want that are metal, they can just dump them down there. And somebody had dumped this there, so I've retrieved it. It's not the best vessel for growing things in. It's got a crack here, but that's not a problem. It is metal. It hasn't got any holes in, so there's no drainage, but I'm going to grow some herbs in it anyway, because I think it will be fine. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I actually like it. I think it's a lovely piece of garden equipment there. So watch this space as we plant it up. So we're doing the tree washing today. It's a lovely sunny day, and we're going to do at the end of this month, which is February, is really the last time you can do it before the flower buds start to open, or leaf buds. So this is today's job. However, it is a little bit windy, but we'll see how it goes. So this is a tree wash, which you should do twice a year. Just spray when all the leaves have fallen off and before the leaf buds come in to being, and you give them a good wash. Whew. The wind just blew then, on not a windy day, and when you know it's going to be dry for a day or so that it can dry on the things. And just make sure you get in to all the nooks and crannies, because sometimes the beasties sort of hibernate on this. You have to get into all the nooks and crannies because the bugs hibernate in these spaces. Oh, and you've got to be careful that the wind doesn't blow. So I've done this side now, and I shall spray the tree from the other side. So I'm just doing the other side of the tree and getting in, checking that I've done everything, giving it a good spray. And this kills all the bugs. This kills all the bugs. And then later on, when all of this is dried up, we'll put some grease bands on. And then you see this is the old one from last year. So we'll replace the grease bands. And what happens is it stops any bugs that crawl up the tree. So we'll replace those as well. Okay. just come up to the greenhouse to see how things are going after the heavy rain. And look at these lettuces and spring onions. They're really doing well. And there's some chard here as well, which would be great for putting in the salad mixes. They're looking really lovely. So I think we'll be up. And there's the Chinese greens that we really need to eat now before see, these are just beginning to start going to seed. So I think we'll have those next week and enjoy them. But it just shows what a little bit of protection can do for your vegetables. And here are the garlic that I'm growing for green garlic, and they're starting to come up as well, and they're looking good. I've got a bit of a gap on this side, and also the foxes have definitely been in the box as well. So, but I'll bring up something maybe just to give it a bit more protection. If you can see here, look how well the green garlic's doing. Let's just move that. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, hang on. Here, the pigeons have got in here, and I can see where they've come from. This gap here. So I'm going to just put some clamps. Now these clamps that you get in a DIY shop are fantastic. Now I can't do this one-handed, so I'll put the clamps on and then I'll show you again. There you go. So I might just put one on that little gap, but it's really down here that they get in, and you can see these clamps just keep it shut. We also put them on the top for clamping netting, especially if you haven't got a bit that's big enough, for keeping the netting on these poles, and they're fantastic for this job, very reliable. So these are 3.5-inch clamps, and I think I got these on either eBay or Amazon or a DIY store, I can't really remember now, but very valuable. Couple of carrots for tonight. Couple of carrots for tonight's tea. So this is our first pickings of red Russian kale and a little bit of cavalliniero here for dinner, as we've run out of the other brassicas. So I didn't pick these through the winter, knowing that we'd be dependent on this in these next few months when there's little else to have.